In the last video, we loaded historical stock data into R. Now, let's bring it to life with a clean, simple professional chart that you can use for your investment analysis. So, welcome back. I'm Chuck Ebuka, author of Foundations of Time Series Forecasting for Canadian Dividend Aristocrat stocks. If you missed the first part, we installed R, loaded essential packages, and then we pulled Royal Bank of Canada stock data from Yahoo Finance. So today, we'll pick up from there and turn the data into an easy to read line chart. Okay, so let me switch my screen here. Okay, so yeah, just like I mentioned, install these packages, loaded some of these libraries, use this function to pull in the stock data for Royal Bank of Canada. So that's the ticker. And then we did also went all the way back from the first recorded stock data, I believe, from Yahoo Finance. So this is the oldest, I think February 2nd. That was the oldest. Oh, sorry, January 1st, January 12th. That was the earliest traded stock data in Yahoo Finance up till yesterday, 2 days before. So we ran it to the system date. So now I'm gonna then we assess the closing price as well. So I'm gonna rerun this just to update the data. So remember, if you restart your IDE, you always have to, when you install your package, it's already installed. But whenever you restart your IDE, so integrated development environment, you always have to load your library. So I'm gonna clear this here and then run this again, get the symbol here, and then when we get the symbol here, it assigns it to this ticker, stock ticker, unless you call the parameters auto assign to be um, false, I believe. Okay, so here we get the symbol which is assigned to this, and then we run it. So we see by default it runs I don't know, almost 18 years back by default, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So you can also set from what date you want to run it. For the book series, I did my analysis from 2010, but it's up to you. You can access it from whatever date you want. Okay, so we set it to, again, this will get the data from yesterday, right? Closing date yesterday. Um, right? So we run this again from 1995, and then we run our ticker to get. Let's see. Sorry, let me run this again. Run. Right. So now it's from January 12th, 1995. Right. Okay. So that's your features of your stock price from opening to adjusted, right? Including the volume. Now you can use this function CL to just assess the closing data. So throughout my analysis for the book series, I was using the closing data. Um, but you can also use the adjusted. Adjusted sort of factors in some changes or volatility, or whether it's the stocks were split or other factors. So usually, if you notice here, of recent years, the closing is usually the same with the adjusted, right? Okay, so we run this and then we get this. Okay, so now we're getting into the visualization part. Um, for the visualization. Oh, it's just a moment here. Okay, so here for us to do the visual. So, like I mentioned here, I want to we're gonna let's fetch from 2010 here. So again, get symbol. So if you notice, RO Studio sort of have the IntelliSense where if you're typing, it will suggest what function you're about to type, right? And you can see all the parameters that comes with the arguments in the arguments of this function that you can set it to. So here again, we're going with our um, Royal Bank stock ticker. Um, Source is Yahoo. There is other source for getting stock prices, but this is one that I always use. Um, so for the now I want to get it from 2010 January 1st. So again, we are aware that trading days are within the weekdays, also excluding the holidays. So it will pull in any stock price data after this date, on or after this date that is available. Then again, I'll pull it up to date, right? Or yesterday, so to say. So system date is today, but obviously it will pull the data up to yesterday. Okay, I run this, right? And then I run ticker, my ticker function, my ticker that is assigned where the data stock data is assigned to, right? So you see it's from 2010 January 4th up to yesterday, right? You can see the Royal Bank stock price went up to 182 yesterday at the time of closing. Okay, so after this was next. So here I'm gonna for us to the popular library for visualization in R is a ggplot. So we've already loaded the package here. There's other packages and library you can use for visualization, but here that's sort of the most important one that you can use. Okay, so we load the library here, and then we're gonna start by visualizing you know the stock price that we have. So I'm just gonna visualize the closing stock price. And how we're gonna do it? We're gonna use this fortify function. And what does this function do? It comes with a ggplot package where basically the primary purpose is to convert the object from arrow packages into a data frame that ggplot can easily use for plotting, right? So yeah, we are gonna plot for our data um, in the argument. This is the parameter we are assigning. We are plotting the closing price here against our index, right? Where the Y is your closing price, right? And then we want the line chart to be blue. You can put it any color you have. And then we're gonna label the title as shown here with the X and Y axis accordingly. So if I run this, right? So you have your line chart here, right? Price, royal, the title, and then the dates. Keep in mind, this is daily stock closed price, right? You can see historically, um, Royal Bank of Canada has been trending up, right? So based on this historical data, in the subsequent videos, we'll be able to look for some, explore some time series model that we can use to make some forecasting, right? So this is for this. Another one we can do, we can also do the same, but add in some minimal things here. Um, Change to royal blue and put the line width to 1. Again, the same thing, and then maybe let's label this appropriately. So I'll put it as, oops, I'll put this as Royal Bank of Canada closing price, and this is the date, daily trading days in date, and then this is your closing price in Canadian dollar, right? If we run this, right, we'll get the same. So you can see the line is thicker here, and then that is that. Okay, the next one is also, we can also run chart series here. So this is the function for chart series. Again, you pull in your ticker. You want the chart theme to be white. If you run this, right, so it will give you the volumes. So the box plot, right, weaker the box plot, the trend, the closing price as a box plot, and then you can see the volumes that were traded over this period from 2010. If you don't want the whole 15, so here plotted 15 years, we can just go back to the last 6 months. For the last 6 months, you just pull in the parameter last 6 months for the in the argument for sub sets, and then again we have it the same chart theme. I run this, right, so you can see now, you know, how the stock has performed in the last 6 months. You can see where we had that Trump tariff here, and after it recovered back to um, pre-tariff period, and then it has been trending up always. So this is a quick visualization here that I wanted to finish up. Believe we are out of time here. Um, so So obviously with this visualization, you can quickly spot the market trend, it peaks, the dip, depending on the period you want to go back to. And this is the foundation of the for the more advanced forecasting technique that we'll be using later. Um, what else? We'll quickly add, if this helps you, give it a like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss the next tutorial. Um, Again, you can go to my website. If you want, you can grab the book in my kutelanalytics.com, where we'll walk through some of these. So in the future videos, I'll go into, so there's 11 stocks that we'll drill deep into, where we'll look at the cumulative returns from historical data, and then we'll explore some of the time series analysis um, for the future videos. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video.